Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk about armor and block value in PvP, and how we're actually losing defense by getting better gear. In my last video, the theory was that every new season we would get nerfed and slowly work towards better gear, only to be nerfed again each patch. But this is not true. It seems like the nerf we received was a one-time deal when the whole system with armor and block was changed. You wanna see how much my block improved during the season, since I got this footage and geared up? Well, it actually didn't improve at all. I lost almost 1% reduction. How much did my armor increase since I made the video with 216 eye level? Well, being in 244 eye level, I've actually lost physical damage reduction. I went from 39.75% damage reduction in bad gear to 39.49% damage reduction in good gear. 2157 armor gave me more damage reduction than 2399 does. That doesn't make much sense, does it? So how this seemed to work is that back in the day, the against current target made players' armor and block in current content PvE worth less, as I said in the last video with the K value. This existed to not make armor and block scale anything between raids, since the new enemies had better, should we call it armor penetration, to make it simple. This had no effect on PvP at all back in the day, which allowed armor and block to scale higher and higher across PvP seasons. However, after 9.1, I assume it is 9.1 because that's when we lost a huge amount of armor and block, compared to before the patch, the system changed. It seems to be based on your eye level compared to the target. Right now in PvE, your block and armor against current content enemies ain't worth less. If anything, it'll be worth more as you improve your gear, like it should. Because you're gaining eye level compared to the enemies, since they are staying just as they are. If you go into an old raid, you can see that your armor is worth way more. Think of it as if every mob had its own eye level. This system is now active in PvP, so your eye level will be compared to the enemy player's eye level to determine the effectiveness of your armor and block. But since both you and the enemies in PvP are gearing during the season, for example, we went from 226 to 259 from season 1 and 2, you're facing higher and higher eye level enemies. That makes your armor and block less valuable. The value of armor and block is dropping off faster than what we are gaining by getting new gear. That's why we are progressing backwards. Here's an example of this. Look at my Death Knights without war mode. I have 29.20% physical damage reduction. But when I put on war mode, my eye level goes up, which increases my armor. But my physical damage reduction is actually worth less. To put it simple, in PvP, every eye level you gain makes your armor and block scale worse when fighting an enemy of the same eye level.
Oh! Rex!
What about if the enemy is lower or higher than you are? Well, as I said, the system compares your eye level to the enemy. When I target this person, Swiper, which is almost fully upgraded PvP gear, which is better than mine that is half upgraded, my armor is worth way less. If I target someone else, which is worse gear than me, my armor is worth much more. This makes the gear gap in PvP even larger, since if you are more geared than someone else, their armor is worth less against you, and your armor is worth more against them. Same with block. If you're having same eye level as enemy, it'll be the armor value shown when you inspect yourself. See that it says against an evenly matched enemy. An example to showcase this is to simply target yourself, and you'll see that against current target remains the same. I originally wanted to test this with Panic, by using only a helmet to see the difference.
Why do you have no pants on?
I needed to go completely naked, Panic.
What
Right
the fuck?
now.
This is my
COVID. Except your helmet, keep your helmet.
Wait, do I have to go naked too?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But after some weird results, such as his helmet being stronger than mine, but not making my armor performance worse. Wait.
We changed my helmet? I got another
Wait, something wrong. Your helmet's way better than mine, right?
one.
Why am I evenly matched with you? I got to the conclusion that at the really low eye levels, it takes a much bigger difference in gear for you to be considered not evenly matched. I even had Panic remove his helmet completely, and we were still even. I am unsure if different pieces have different weight upon the scaling, such as head versus fingers, or if it is simply overall eye level. What's your eye level right now?
4-7 without PvP.
Can you change your gear to a 2-4-4?
The fuck? Without PvP?
Yeah. I just wanna see if rings or helmet has different weight to it. Okay, it's going better, I'm getting close to you. What eye level are you right now?
2-4-4.
Who now? Oh yeah, you're 2-4-4 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're pretty much literally the same. Well, yes, me. But it doesn't seem to be any weight to different pieces. It seems to be overall eye level. As for the future of armor and block, armor seems to slowly become worse as we gear, same with block. However, block is losing value faster, since armor is increased by many gear pieces, while block is only improved by the shield. So for a new graph, instead of regaining our defenses and then losing it, we are going to slowly have our armor become worse and worse, while our block progress downhill even faster. Remember, this is a case for PvP. Also, this doesn't mean to not gear yourself, since getting gear means your eye level is stronger than enemies. However, in PvP, since everyone is obtaining gear, we, together, are moving towards less and less armor and block values for each new season. At least if what we've seen this season stays the same. Well, if you play PvP and find that physical damage is becoming more and more broken the longer the season lasts, as people get gear, this is most likely the reason. How many of you have noticed this phenomenon? How many notices that your armor block isn't improving, it's instead decreasing? I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.
Holy fuck!
I had my hand in the bubble, but I went from...
I know. that was way too fast, dude.